You can hear I've just woke up. Good morning and welcome back to another video. So it is currently just gone 6 o'clock in the morning. I've just got up and we're gonna get through the day, but as you've just seen, coffee always comes first. We've got a little bit of work to do and then the day's gonna start for real. Yeah, my voice sounds like it's going a little bit today, which is lovely, as that's the first time I've spoken. But yeah, we've got one more week of school to get through, so I'm going to get a little bit of work done, talk to you guys a little bit about what's coming up this week, and then we'll see where we go from there. Okay, there is most of that work done. As you can, my voice is slowly returning to normal. But I just wanted this week in school to be a bit of a fun one, but a bit of a, well, we've got to get the work done as well. So building up to the last week, we have had all sorts of stuff going on, and we've got all sorts of stuff going on this week. And as you can hear, it's been a bit of a tough time getting through. I think we've been really, really busy at school. There's been lots of illness going around, which you can hear in my throat at the minute and in my nose, and not particularly fantastic. But that's the way it often gets before the end of Christmas term, is people get ill, you get a bit down. People, things that struggle to get covered, that kind of stuff. But you just basically just got to plow on and get through it. Make sure that you are getting the support that you need and raise questions when questions are needed. But know that, get yourself to the end of the Christmas term and then get a nice 2-week break. So this week we've got going on at school, there is Christmas parties, which means the hall is out of action just about every single afternoon, because there'll be a group of kids in there having a party. I think it's the lower half school and the upper half school have parties together, so we'll be having a party all together at some point. I normally have my planning time on Friday, but because Friday's the last day of school and it's toy day and all that, which I'll get into in a minute, my PPA's been moved, so I'm having it in the morning this week, which is a bit different. But hopefully I find it nice and productive and get lots done. We've got like a charity walk on Thursday after school, which will be really, really nice to do, down by a lake, and then there's all gonna be candles, that kind of stuff, so that'll be really cool. We've got Secret Santa's always fun by the end of term. We do a Secret Santa between all the staff, and that's always a good laugh trying to work out who's got who. Last week of school was a really, really fun one, but it's also a tiring one. There's no routines are ever kind of kept in place. Things go out the window, and break time change, lunchtime change because of all the parties, and because of all the routine change, it's one of the reasons why I try and keep the actual stuff in class as close to normal as possible. So I'm not a teacher that kind of thinks, oh, it's the last week, just relax and do whatever you want, because the kids end up basically getting bored in class, and boredom leads to bad behaviour and leads to children getting upset about stuff. And so we keep on working, we keep on doing the stuff we need to do, but we just try and make sure that by the Friday they have a bit of a fun day. So we have what's called a toy day at school, where basically the kids can each bring in a toy, and it's always caveated with, look, bring in a toy that you don't mind possibly being broken, possibly getting lost, that kind of thing. But they get to bring in a toy and they get to play with that on the last day, and we'll do some other stuff like colouring in, having a movie on, that kind of thing too. But that last day is their kind of day to say, like, it's Christmas, guys, have a bit of a toy day and enjoy yourselves. And that's also really, really useful for teachers, because at the end of Christmas, you've got a lot of stuff to do. We're sorting out like the classroom, getting it ready for the new year, making sure your assessments are done, that kind of stuff. So to have a day where the kids can just play and enjoy themselves in class, and you can then get stuff sorted around them, really, really useful, and saves having to do stuff during Christmas. And I think by the last day of term, the kids deserve a nice day where they get to enjoy themselves a little bit. That last day will be a lot of fun, but I think we've got to get there first. As you can see, coffee is going to fuel this week. It's definitely one of those weeks where it can be a lot of fun, but it can also be really, really tiring. Mainly because all those routines kind of fly out the window and you've got a lot of stuff to sort out. So the big thing that we've got to make sure it gets done this week in school is that all the assessments are kind of uploaded to the right places, because it's not as simple as just doing the kids' assessments. We did them a few weeks ago and they've all been marked and they've all been kind of made sure they're all correct and caught up and sorted. But now the job is to then upload all the data onto the right kind of software in the right place. And there's a few different things you need to do that at our school, and every single school does it differently. And our school is one of the better ones, where there's not a lot of work to do. There's not a lot of kind of data, information and stuff to analyse, whatever you might call it. But there is some, because it's just part of being a teacher. There's always some. It's not just as simple as giving the kids a test and saying, cool, thanks for doing that. So we've got to make sure we get that done. And then once they've done that, then we can move on and hopefully see that they've done really well and get some targets ready to work on in January. If you watched one of my recent videos, I just did my planning for January, so I just sorted out my medium term plan and made sure that everything's in order and everything's in the right place in the right week and that kind of stuff. So you want to see how I did that, go have a look at that and see how everything's set out for January. But yeah, it should be a lot of fun. It should be a busy week, but hopefully we'll get it sorted and get through it, and then it's the Christmas holidays, which I cannot wait for.